Hi, welcome to my video show you how to change the rear shock absorber or strut on this Nissan Xtrail. It's a Nissan Xtrail 2006 2.2 DCI. It's T30 model, so it's jacked up and that nice suspension point there, nice and strong. Axle stand, the safety, front wheel chopped, it's in gear and the handbrake is on. We don't need to rotate the wheels. Remove the road wheel. We're going to be undoing these two big bolts here, which I've cleaned all the dirt off and WD-40'd ready. I'm also changing the drop link, so there's a nut there, there's a nut there, there's a brake hose that's held in with a little knock-off clip, you can see that, so that'll be tapped out. And then if we go into the boot or the trunk, Nissan have put this nice little access cap that pings off. We're undoing the three nuts, not the big one. That's the spring tension, we'll do that later. So it's just the three nuts, and we'll come back to this in a few moments. Okay, so let's remove the drop link. Behind the nut there is a flat on the drop link, 17mm, and on the front there's a nut, so I'm going to spin that off with the gun. Same with the top one behind here, there are two flats. If I show you the new trap rod, so here's the new one. Did you see that? So you've got the flat there, you put your spanner on that and spin the nut off. For the clip that holds the brake pipe on, it's this little horseshoe. The brake pipe fits in this bracket, and the clip is underneath. You just sort of knock that out so it just fits over, knock it out like that. I'm now going to rattle off the two big bolts. Two big bolts are out, the strut is now free. I'm just going to go inside and undo the 313mm. Okay, so I'll put the spring compressors on, gun these up until the spring is loose. Don't mess about with G-clamps, bits of string, baling wire. Just buy the tool. They're cheap, they're safe, there's a lot of tension on this spring. If that flies across the workshop, you're in trouble. Okay, so now the only thing we have to do is to undo that nut in the middle. I'll gun that off. The top mount will come off. There's a bump stop in there that just slides off, and then we can start putting it all together on our new strut. Just a quick little detail on the new strut, there's a flat there, and if you look in the top mount, there's a little flat there, so you just have to make sure that it's the only way it will go on. Okay, so the spring is back on. The top mount's a little bit tatty, but it's alright. I've just put the new nut on, finger tight. I'm going to gun that up now, and then these bolts will, the top mount will come together. You notice there's a green dot. This green dot goes towards the back of the car, so towards the tailgate. I think it's because these holes, the three holes on the top, they're slightly different pitches, so the strut will only go into the car one way. But if you put that green dot facing the tailgate, then when you lift the strut back in, the holes will line up with the body. Okay, and then equally down the bottom, although you can turn the strut, if you set these two holes where they bolt back to the hub, they're pointing that way. So this is the near side, the passenger side in the UK rear strut I'm changing. Okay, so the strut's all ready to go back on. I've done this nut with the air gun, but I will check it again when the strut's in place. Make sure the spring is sitting where it should sit, in that little recess. The top one can go anywhere. And I just put a little bit of grease in that bottom, that spring cup, just to stop it squeaking and keep the water away. Right, we're ready to put that back in now. Okay, I thought you might see this. I've got off about 3 kilos of best Devon dirt underneath the car, and up there in that turret, see, it's just surface rust. That's an MOT failure. The chassis here, it's solid, just surface rust, and under there there's a bolt holds your seatbelt on, so any rust around there is a MOT fail. So I'm going to give us a good coating of wax oil. There you go, for the price of a couple of cans of spray stone chip and wax oil. That's lovely. Look at that. When that dries back, it will be matte black. All these little dirt traps that are engineered in to fail your car MOT. Now all nice and clean. Probably just sprayed 2 extra MOTs onto this car. Three nuts done up. Give that top nut another rattle as well, make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, here we are. So the strut's back in. Could be a two-man job. I managed to get in by myself. You need someone around the top to do the nuts up. The 2 big bolts, loads of copper slip. The new drop link. Don't forget that little horseshoe clip, holds the brake line on there. Tighten everything up, double check it. Put your wheel back on, drop everything off, take your chocks away, and there you go. Allow yourself 2 hours, 2 hours I reckon, easily. The struts get off eBay. I got 2 for 60 quid, Quinton Hazel, decent brand I think, used to be. And that's it guys, thank you.